All right, good evening, everyone. Investor Brad back at it with another trade recap. It's February 24th. It's a pretty decent trading day I had today with my cousin here. Um, this is actually the video you guys are going to be seeing later today. This is the live trade I caught today, and of course, I'm just going to give you guys a preface. I'm going to set this up for you so you know where my conviction came from for the setup. I'm also going to kind of introduce you guys to myself since it'll be my first video. I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about my strategy and this recap here and types of things you'll find. Of course, this is my first video, but you know, when you're trying to do something new, you just gotta start. You just gotta start. So you guys can expect a lot more videos coming from me. I've been trading and investing for some time now. I want to say a little over 4 or 5 years. Yeah, I'd say that much. But specifically day trading futures, it's really only been this past year. Um, However, I have I've been investing since I was like 17 or 18, and I've mostly been day trading stocks through options and also swing trading them. And my whole approach to these trades is it's mostly around news and supply and demand levels. That's been my full focus, just trading options around these levels. And I want to say it's too difficult to do. Of course, it takes practice, and however, I've recently been wanting to really get into futures. I love the organic price action, rather than in an option contract. Instead of having, the theta decaying your contract by the day, and also the implied volatility. You've got lots of different factors in an options contract which affect the price, which you don't have control over. And of course, through futures contracts, it's just organic. The second you buy or sell, your entry is right then and there. You don't have to worry about big spreads on the contracts via the bid and ask. So futures is really where it's at for me. And of course, this past year, I've really been focusing on getting my funded accounts. I've currently got 10 funded accounts through TopStep and another 10 funded through Apex. So over the next couple months, guys, I'm really going to be focusing on taking only the highest quality setups, which I'm going to explain my strategy now as well. And then also kind of recap the trade. And then, of course, we're going to get into the live part of it. But this year, these next couple months, my biggest focus is taking some fat payouts from these accounts. So I'm going to be investing some time into doing that. And of course, I'm going to document the whole thing so you guys can see. But just a little bit about my strategy. We're going on 3 minutes already. So a little bit about my strategy, guys. Just, of course, I don't have like other trade recaps and whatnot set up. I just want to be really general with this. My whole investment theme, I guess you could say, has been strictly supply and demand trading. Of course, with these futures accounts, it's been the same exact thing. So with that, I'm pretty much just looking to take my entries around my supply and demand levels, and really once I see absorption at these levels. For example, if we're at a demand level, we've got this big demand, which over the past couple of days, past weeks, you've seen us get into this level, and we just completely pump from there. There's really a couple ways I go about this. I either see us have multiple failed attempts lower, lower, and then you finally see the big buyers come in. It retraces a little bit, they defend their position, and they continue higher. Of course, you risk just this little bit down here to make all of this up here. So it's really been the absorption at these levels. Of course, you can get down to these demand levels and you see tons of selling. And of course, I also use a heat map through Bookmap, and you can really easily see the big selling going on at those levels. However, if there's a bunch of selling and the price just cannot break through, they're getting absorbed. There's lots of passive buy limit orders which are absorbing the sellers. They have no power to break this thing down. So of course I'm gonna catch the trade long and reverse the move. I've also seen simply one of my favorite setups is you simply see price come down into these levels, and of course being a demand level in an uptrending market, you come down, find some support, find some demand, continue higher. Lots of times you see some really aggressive people into the market, whether it's an algo or an institutional trader, whatever it is. You see them get into the trade. You could see them on the heat map, the big buying. They get in, and the price slowly retraces down. But of course, if they got in down here, they're gonna want to defend their position. So you can kind of see us get back retraced near their entry, and boom, we continue longer. Of course, everything I'm showing you now for the trades long, they can happen the same exact way to the short to the for shorts. If you're in a downtrending market, you're gonna see us getting into. You're gonna see us finding these supply levels, which we've come down, we've broken them. Now it's a supply. You see us get in. You see us price slowly getting up in there. You see some strong sellers come in, boom, knock the price down, and you'll see the market slowly retrace this. And of course, they want to defend their strong sell position. So you see a little bit more absorption, and boom, continues to fall. So my whole focus about trading has been simply supply and demand. It's really it. Supply and demand, of course, through price action via the heat map. That's really been my biggest thing. Um, and it's been working, and I love it, and it's helped me out a ton. So I'm not looking to change anything. However, I have implemented, you could say, some ICT concepts into my trading, which have helped me out a ton. And I'm not sure if this is a silver bullet model or the unicorn model, whatever you want to call it. Let me show you guys, however. So this is it here. And the reason why I really love this strategy is because it's very close to my ideology for supply and demand and these ICT concepts, this one I'm going to talk about now. They're very similar and they're very close. This ICT concept I'm telling you about now, it's either silver bullet or the unicorn model, one of the two. But it consists of 3 steps. The first is you find a sweep of liquidity at a major supply and demand level, or a major liquidity level is what the ICT guys would call it. So, and of course, this is a trade I caught as well. But down here at 61.30, you can see down here at 61.30, this was a big demand that we've had on the S&P 500. So price will get down here, and similar to how in supply and demand, you'll get the move down into demand. You get the multiple attempts downward, multiple attempts down, and it just doesn't go through, so you reverse the trade long. Or you simply see a buyer really move the price up, and then it comes back down to their entry. They defend their position, and then they move up. It's this almost the same exact thing as this ICT concept. However, with ICT, you're looking for the 3 steps, which the first is a liquidity sweep here, or a stop raid, people want to call them. But basically, the market will kind of form this little base and then sweep it really hard to kind of just create the energy and the volume and liquidity in the market to get ready and move, switch directions. So in this case, you've got the liquidity sweep. Here, lots of people are waiting for this thing to fall short. Lots of newbie traders or whatever it is, they're waiting for this thing to go short. So of course this works out, and it just creates lots of volume, lots of orders all over the place. You get your sweep. Step number 1. Step number 2 is your displacement. which simply indicates you're getting some form of a market direction shift. And all that consists of is simply us taking out one of the previous highs, like when you're kind of downtrending. You got the sweep, you got the displacement with this candle here. So the next thing you're waiting for is for some sort of a fair value gap entry, which, of course, if this move is looking to move higher, you want to find some type of a discount in the move that allows you to get in. Of course, if this move just goes straight up, you're not going to enter up here, because if you're going to risk the low of day, it's a huge stop. You can't do that. You can't risk that much capital. So, of course, you need to catch it somewhere down here. So sweep, displacement, retraces into a fair value gap, which you can see here by this green box. Typically, a fair value gap should be made from 3 strong candles to the upside or downside, which you kind of have them here. So this was my fair value gap. We came back into it. It obviously held it very perfectly. So that's where you take it long, and you risk just pretty much where the fair value gap ends. And of course, in this case, it worked out perfectly. This is my point here. This ICT concepts I just mentioned are very similar to the supply and demand I just mentioned. Just like, and here's the thing, before I even knew about ICT concepts, the supply and demand I was trading was exactly the same thing the entire time. Just like I was looking for strong buyers to defend their entry, ICT is doing the same thing, except instead of calling them a strong buyer or a strong institutional trader defending their position, it's a fair value gap. It is very similar though. So not back in the day, but when I first started trading futures, I would wait for the big buyers to get into their position, let price retrace into their entry. If they defended it, I would join the trade. I would join them in the trade. I'm not making my own trade. I'm not doing my own stuff. I'm joining the big guys. With the ICT, it's a similar thing. You're getting the sweep. You're seeing all the liquidity being created at the big level. You're getting the displacement, which shows you that it's going to shift in direction. Then you get back into the fair value gap and you take your entry. Of course, before I even knew about ICT, it's the same thing. You've got the absorption going on. You got one attempt lower, another attempt lower, another attempt lower. It doesn't work. Finally, the buyers take over. They get into their position. They pump the price. They let it retrace into their entry. They defend it, and boom, it works out. In this example I'm showing you here is the same exact thing. If you're catching it short, you just gotta flip it. It's the same thing. You would simply, please tell me I can move this. How can I move this thing? Alright, well, let's make a new one. Same thing. If you're seeing this into a supply, if you're in a downtrending market and you've seen that we've moved down below a supply. You saw some strong selling here. Price eventually comes back up into it. You've got this strong liquidity level, and you're going to see the one attempt to try to break it up, it fails. Then the next attempt looks like it's going to, but of course it doesn't. And then it's immediately followed by some strong selling. Boom! Strong selling came in. Now this is looking good for the short. You've got your liquidity sweep here. You've also got your displacement, let's call it right here. We took out one of the previous highs. Now you just need a fair value gap here to get into where the strong sellers are. You get back into there, and boom, you get in short, and the trade works out beautifully. So it's the same exact thing. But of course, if you're not too focused on ICT, it's the same thing with supply and demand. Here, we sliced through the supply level. Over here on the left, we sliced through this level. We sliced through this level here. We're coming back into it since it's a supply. You got the one attempt higher, second attempt higher. These buyers that are trying to move the market higher here are failing. They're getting absorbed by the sellers. Sellers take over, they dump it, allow it to retrace into their original entry, and boom, lower. So I just really wanted to explain my strategy to you guys. This is my A plus setup. This is the only thing I look for in the market. If I don't have this setup on the day, I'm just not going to take anything. I'm not focused on it. Remember, if you look at your performance on a month's time, if you take a bunch of crappy trades at the end of the month, you're gonna have wasted so much time and mental capital to make a tiny bit of money. And if you take very few precisely calculated trades with some size behind them, you're gonna get it. You're just gonna make it. So I showed you guys my strategy, kind of introduced myself. Of course, in this channel, make sure you pin it or something, because you're gonna want to be paying attention to this, guys. I'm gonna be giving you guys some big value. I'm gonna fast track your trading experience. When I first started, I started out trading with like EMAs and trend lines and trading bull and bear traps and all that, which it was cool and fun and it worked out, but it was just such low probability, unless of course you traded them right, which I didn't. But this has been the strategy that I've seen the most growth out of. And of course, in this channel, we're also going to be going over some general investing tips, reading the market, reading stocks and their supply and demand levels, day trading, swing trading. I'm also going to go into showing you guys about options contracts and how those work. Of course, I used to trade. Call spreads and debit spreads, which worked out a lot. They're really popular on CNBC, and they helped me pay for my college, man. I made some serious money with these swing trades, so I'm going to show you guys about options, long-term investing, day trading. I'm going to show you everything. So it's going to be really valuable. Hope you guys enjoy it. Now I'm going to quickly, 17 minutes already. I'm going to show you guys kind of my analysis for the trade today. We did an introduction, we went over my strategy. Now I'm going to show you the trade recap, and then we're going to show you guys a live video, and that's it. From there, it's going to be my first YouTube video ever. Of course, later on, I'm going to do more of an introduction to myself and my situation and all that kind of stuff, but just want to upload my first freaking video and get it over with. So, coming into today on the S&P 500, you can see here on the 1 hour time frame. And of course, I look at the NASDAQ and S&P together. However, today I didn't have the best read on NASDAQ. I just kind of find a level I really wanted to trade off of. You can see, like up here, I was catching some good trades. Levels were really precise. We were holding and rejecting them to the T pretty much. But of course, now that we're back down here, we kind of got all this effing around, and I didn't have a good read on NASDAQ, so I really focused on ES today. Now, my biggest level was, of course, looking for 6,000 on the S&P 500. You can see how strong we held it down here. This was on January 20th. We also held it very well here. So coming into today, I wanted to catch the long off of 6,000. However, it happened way too quick and I missed out on the trade. So after I realized that happened, you can see here, I originally wanted to catch 6,000 on the SN on ES. I wanted to catch this long, but it happened too quick. You guys know, I just explained my strategy to you guys. I want more of a base to form, and I want more attempts down before I catch this long. And you can see here we had one tap into it and beam, an explosion off of it. So once this trade kind of went without me, I said, okay, whatever. And while this was all going on, guys, all 16 stocks to my left, which is of course the biggest names in the market, they were all just tanking together, except for Apple, of course, with their big investment into the United States and $150 billion, I think it was, or something. But the whole market was sliding, man. So, of course, once I missed the 6,000, I said, okay, what can I do next? My next trade was thinking of a break and retest short on the S&P 500 of this level here, 60.20, right here. Now, on this level, if you go back to the 1 hour time frame, you can see how many times we held this level. Check this out. Pre-market, we held this on February 5th. After hours, we also held it very well on the 9th. And then also, once the market opened on this day, this was like 9:45, I want to say, we held it very, very precisely. So, the fact that we completely sliced through it on a 5 minute this morning, I said, hang on a second. Although I missed the long, the next best setup is probably going to be that break and retest short, which it was, and it worked out. So you can see here, guys, we broke this level 60.20 to the downside. And as we were coming back into it, I was looking for shorts here. And my conviction only increased when I saw we sold so hard off of this level. We retraced into it. And this same buyer that caused this huge candle here defended their position. Oh, I love this. And I got in with 2 minis here, and we caught the trade, which is amazing. It was just amazing. So that's where the trade idea came from. And of course, now I'm going to show you guys the live trade with my cousin Xander here. It's pretty cool how good it worked out. Also, just so you guys know, this pretty much was the visual trade. Watch this, I was originally targeting a low of day, which was, why is there 2 of these? Okay. Which was originally going to be nearly a 3 double R multiple. A 3R multiple in this trade, which would have been insane, which of course we did end up getting it. Congrats to me for having a great read on the market. However, once this started chopping around and taking too long, I said, no, I'm happy with my profit. I basically ended up closing it out for a 1.5 R multiple, which is still pretty cool. So yeah, that's the trade recap, guys. Now I'm going to show you guys a live video with my cousin and I. It's pretty funny at times because I got really emotional. Again, I want to emphasize the fact that I was not going to trade today because I had work I was going to do on my car and also my cousin's car at the same spot. The gentleman said be there at 8:15. He calls us at 8:15 and says, we're going to have to move this back to 10:30. I don't have my parts yet. He moved it from 10:30 back to 12. So I still ended up catching this little trade, of course, on my cousin's little Apex account, which he just started trading. And you guys are gonna be able to see it all. It was a 25K account, so with this one trade, we pretty much almost got the entire account funded, which is pretty cool. But I'm gonna leave it there. Remember, guys, pin my YouTube channel. I'm gonna be giving you the most valuable information ever. I promise. I've been at this for some time, and I used to trade EMAs and all this other crap, and I used to strategy hop, and of course now I'm feeling ultra disciplined in the markets. I've only been waiting for my best setup, so I'm going to give you guys the best information, general investing advice for long-term, day trading, swing trading, options, futures, all of it. I'm going to do all of it, and of course I'm going to be documenting my process with these futures accounts. And I hope you guys enjoy the live video. Also, just a heads up, I'm going to be posting some more videos from earlier in this month, which I'm just going to be doing my trade recap and showing you guys the trade just to get some content out there. And of course, this channel is only going to get better and better. I'm going to have better, quality videos and all that. But it's been my goal to make some content, so I'm finally taking a leap of faith and posting some stuff. Hope you guys enjoy the live video. Take care, everyone. And it might just do it right now. 660, 700. All right, this time I'm gonna setting my little profit right here though. So do the limit. I haven't used this platform in a minute, but this needs to be 2. Oh, how do I change it to 2? Modify. 1. I want to sell 1. Okay.
And almost 800.
Good fucking shit. Take me out of 1. Come on. Take me out of 1 right now. Remember, I'm really thinking we're gonna get low of day, but just to be safe, I'm taking 1 out over here. What them boys did. Ooh, SRT's in there. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh, it's right there. Come on, man. Take me out of 1. Take me out of 1. Take me out of 1, baby. Oh, they gotta let this go now. They gotta let it go. Look at how much orders are there right now. You see? You see how this is dark red?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That means it's heavy, right?
Yo, if this fails right here, this is going, Xander. This is going. What am I up? 600? No! Come on, man.
You want to try and sell one now? Take some profit?
It was right there. I'm getting too emotional. I'm getting too emotional. That's because they're playing with me, bro. They're playing with me. We're right there.
So we're gonna wait it out?
I'll give a few more minutes. I'm gonna call Shiv what Shiv wants to do. Dan, you're out already? Ooh, it's going. You see, bro? My emotions are all over the place. I gotta chill. Oh, it's right there. Yeah, I'm being too emotional, you see? It goes up a little bit, and I'm like, dang, and it goes back down, and I'm like, yeah. Let me chill out. It's because you're here, too. I'm being too emotional. Take me out of 1. Take me out. Yo, just right there.
Oh, it's edging us right now, bro.
Look, NASDAQ's doing it, but not ES. Bro, it's right there. It's right there.
Oh, man, the ES has to follow.
I should just tell I'm getting too emotional. Alright, 1 is out. 1 is out. Let's take the other one. Let's get out of this shit. Oh fuck, I bought another one. Ow. Oh, it was $1,000! Wait, how much was that? Oh my gosh, Dan, I got out for $960.
Yes, sir.
Dan, $500 in the account's done, bro. Where's Drew at? Oh, what about my other account? I forgot about my other account.
Well, this bit's up too.
Let's get out of that.
Order filled.
Up $50 per account, $500 as well. Bing!
Clean.
2 accounts, 2 good trades, short out.
1,500 for the day.
And OBS is seeing it. Yes, sir. You didn't know I was recording, huh?
Why didn't you know you had the camera?
Yo,
Bro.
perfect exit 2. Look at how we're gassing now. Perfect exit 2. Did I read that shit good as fuck, or did I read that shit good as fuck all morning? And you saw my patience. Look, didn't take no trades for a whole hour. Now look at us.
And we almost got out too, bro. We almost got out at what, like 200?
Dang.
RTR.
I got it. You know what I mean. cut this on OBS, YouTube. You guys are gonna be seeing it later. Dan, how much did you make on that? Oh, I gotta make sure everything's out of here. See, I haven't used this platform in a minute, but I actually really love this platform.
What is this?
Man, you a beast, man. You're only 500 away.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
You look like I'm stupid, man. I've been at this for 3 weeks.
No, you're not, man. You show Paola?
Chill out, man. I'm gonna start roasting you, man.
Did you show Paola?
No, not yet. She's on the trade. On the Euro account.
Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Oh, see, this doesn't show you where you got in and out, though. Gotta make sure there's no orders, nothing's open.
You know what's gonna be funny, man?